Hello, 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 hello. Is there anybody out there? Hi, Susan. How are you? How's the weather in PA? It rained here earlier. Then it gets overcast. Then it's sunny. Then it's overcast. Yeah, weird kind of day. Full of aches and pains. Oh, I know all about aches and pains. I heard you guys got snow like a week and a half ago or so. Last week sometime. I don't miss that. Don't miss it, not at all. Yeah, today is a really ugly day. It's very humid though, and I should actually be wearing a t-shirt, but I've been sick, so I didn't really want to put a shirt on. A t-shirt probably should have, because I'm actually dying right now. But oh well, just more laundry to do tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because my friend was going to go up to PA last weekend to see her kids before Thanksgiving. And her mom told her not to because you guys were getting snow. And she didn't really feel like driving into snow. So she was like, yeah, I'll wait. And unfortunately, she found out yesterday she has COVID Omicron A5. So because Ronnie and I have minimal contact with her, we um, we actually did tests today, but our tests are negative. So I'm pretty sure that what I've been sick with is the flu. Probably a milder case of it actually, but yeah, I'd rather the flu than the other crap. Yeah, see, we had a cold snap. Um, it was actually in the low 30s that night, and then it warmed back up to like 50s. I mean, the other night it was really humid, like very sticky. But that's a southern thing, all that humidity. So, so did you make those peanut butter cookies? I was really surprised that they would come out that good. I didn't think for a moment they would actually come out good. And when I told Joe, I tagged Joe and I sent him the link to the video. I said, here, I said, you could make yourself some because I don't like using Splenda. So I said to him, you could figure that out. You make them for yourself. I said, but I like them. They were actually pretty good. I just didn't think you could really make peanut butter cookies with only three ingredients. I have a no bake cookie though. I want to do this week. Well, two of them actually. I'm going to be doing no bake cookies for the holidays, but there's one I want to do. It's different. I seen it online and I thought, I don't know. But Joe told me they're actually really good and he's actually tried them. Somebody he works with makes them. And he said to me, as weird a combination as it sounds, when you actually eat them, he said, I'm telling you, he said, it works. So there is going to be an odd no bake cookie I'm going to be doing this week. And you guys might think I'm kooky, but according to Joe, they come really good. So I want to give them a try. So, oh, wow. couple of feet of snow. Good Lord. Yeah, New York usually does get hit pretty good with snow at some point. Usually not till like right around Christmas, though. This is a little bit early. I mean, that they got a couple of feet. That's crazy. I don't miss it. I mean, pictures are going to come up on my Facebook in memories of, you know, walks in the wintertime and everything. And I mean, those pictures bring back good memories, but I don't miss being cold. I don't. I don't miss cold. I can't stand cold. No. It's a lot easier to cool down, jump in a cool shower, take a nice cool shower. But to warm up is always harder for me because of my vibro. So yeah, I don't miss being cold. Nope, not for a moment. Well, I want to do that fudge. I actually was going to do a few fudge recipes for the holidays too, because you can give fudge away as a really cool gift or even a recipe, to make fudge and that, and have all the dry ingredients and everything and give it to someone as a little handmade gift, which is really cool too. So I do want to do some homemade fudge. That's on my plans for December, shall we say. So are you making peanut butter fudge or chocolate fudge, or like what kind are you making? Now you're making me hungry for fudge. You know what? A lot of people are sick. Like a lot of people are getting hit with anything and everything. There's a few people I know that have small children in their family have gotten sick with that RSV, I think it's called, that respiratory something. Um, Two people I know, their kids are actually in the hospital with that RSV. And I was talking to one of my subs the other day who was telling me out in Minnesota that there's a few schools that are actually closed for like a week because like 30% of the kids are sick with that or I think it's RSV. I think that's what it is, RSV. And it's like, ay, 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 ay. Well, I'm lucky down here. My fibro isn't too bad. Once in a while, it goes a little bit wonky when it rains, but most of the time, it's actually it doesn't bother me that much down here. Now, back in PA, this time of the year, I'd be in misery. I would. I'd be achy all the time. It just, yeah, wasn't a good time winter with fibro back in PA. Nope. Oh my goodness. And my hair is actually sweating. Oh. And I have a fan running right now in my room, but I am actually sweating. I guess because I have this shirt on, but it's not a heavy shirt. It's actually thin. But yeah, I am roasting. I wonder if that's the fudge recipe, because a few of my friends sold Tupperware years ago. And I used to have, oh my God, probably every piece of Tupperware known to man when my kids were young. Whatchamacallit, that my girlfriend and I used to make around the holidays. I wonder if it's that same darn recipe. Chocolate icing in the can. You mix that in with the peanut butter? Oh, wow. You don't add any kind of marshmallow? Like no marshmallows or the marshmallow fluff? That kind of sounds familiar. I remember me and my one friend, we made something like that years ago when our kids were little. Huh. Now, see, now I'm going to be hungry tonight looking for something chocolatey, and I don't have anything, and I'm going to be like, dang it, Susan. I think I'm just going to put my hair up in a clip. Hang on one sec. Because, oh, I am just like roasting here. Is it the milk chocolate? I mean, can you use like the dark chocolate or? Oh, that feels better. Oh, gosh. Well, you're going to have to let me know how that is. I'm going to have to ask my friend if that's the fudge that we made years ago, because I remember me and her doing something like that in her kitchen one time. And it was actually after a Tupperware party, too. I remember when all that stuff used to be so popular. Tupperware and home interior. I used to do the home interior parties. Um, then my one friend got me into the lingerie parties. And yeah, the men used to get mad because it was all women at the houses. The men had to go out for the night. Those were kind of fun, though. Then there was something else. It was some kind of clothing brand. I forget what the heck it was. And two or three of my friends did those parties too. Yeah, then that probably is the same stuff that we did in her kitchen. Yeah. Oh, I used to have everything Tupperware. Everything. My God. I remember I gave my mom some of it. I had like doubles and triples of everything. I probably used to have 2 Tupperware parties a month at my apartment. But they were always coming out with stuff that you could use. So I was always buying it. Well, I didn't have to buy as much of it as everybody else. I used to get a lot of the pieces reduced or because I would host so many parties and everything. It probably is the same darn thing. I'm going to have to ask her later if she remembers doing that. She should, because our kids used to play together, so we would make batches of it in her kitchen after a party. And it probably is the same darn recipe. Trying to remember though. If I had a microwave when we actually did it, or did we do it on top of the stove? Think we might have done it on top of the stove though, because I don't think she had a microwave at that time. And I remember the first microwave Ronnie's dad got me was about this big. I swear to God, the first microwave I had was like that big. It was about this high. It had racks inside. Oh my God, it was huge and it weighed a ton. Oh my God, it was very heavy, very heavy. I couldn't even move it to clean under it or anything. His dad used to have to slide one end out of the stand so I could dust underneath and get any mess or crumbs or anything, slide it back in, slide the other end out. It was just too big and bulky. Uber Eats. Oh God, no. I mean, by now I think I'm starting to get sick of turkey. It's like, yeah, I need to start cooking again this week. Turkey is starting to get, yeah, old. Ooh, crunchy vanilla. Crunchy peanut butter. Vanilla icing. Ooh. Yeah, see, I like the dark chocolate. I mean, I like chocolate. Milk chocolate is fine, but ever since I was a kid, I've always liked like the Hershey Special Dark. Something about the dark chocolate. I always liked dark chocolate better. And I was the only one of the grandkids that liked dark chocolate, and my grandmother just used to get a kick out of that. Because my cousins would be going for like the Hershey bars and everything else, and I'd be picking through the miniatures, putting out all the special dark. And my grandmother would be like, "You're the only one that eats them." I said, "Good, more for me." But that sounds good with the vanilla icing. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out. Do they even still sell Tupperware? Seriously? Is that actually still made, or did that kind of fade away? I know, like in thrift stores, sometimes you'll come across some older Tupperware pieces and that. And if you find them and they're in good shape, definitely like grab them. The crystal parties. Yes, there you go. That was another one. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I used to have, oh, what was it? I had a crystal unicorn. It was about this big. I had a crystal unicorn bell. I had these real fancy wine glasses. Christmas around the world. Wasn't there something years ago too with Christmas ornaments? It used to be some kind of a catalog party kind of thing too. I know, like my one friend about a year ago was doing that pampered chef cookware and everything, but everything was so expensive. So expensive. And I had said to her, I just can't rationalize spending all that money for like like 70 some dollars for a damn frying pan, when for $20 more I could get a whole set, from Walmart. Like, yeah. I mean, I get it's good quality and all, but yeah, see, that kind of stuff now is hard to it's hard to make a go of it because of the cost. It really is. I'm friends with a lady. She originally is from Hazelton. She sells Mary Kay, and she made a wonderful career out of it for herself, in her lifetime. But now it's harder for her to make money with it. And she was trying to get me into doing it. And I said to her, but I can tell you right now, it's not going to sell for me. Like, I said to her, it's not a, more maybe for a professional person, but the average working woman isn't going to go spend $30 on a tube of makeup. I'm sorry, but it's not going to happen. Yeah, it's a shame. Those kind of things used to be a lot of fun, and used to be a cool way to earn yourself free stuff. And I don't know. Well, I was hoping, being that it's a Sunday, I'd get a few more people on here because I wanted to do this drawing soon. So I was kind of hoping Debbie or somebody would pop on soon. Through Tupperware, seriously. See, I didn't even realize they actually had recipes, but that does kind of make sense because my friend was always doing different things. I mean, I used to do a lot of baking and stuff, yeah, but yeah, if you come across something like that, oh my God, definitely let me know because that's like vintage. That would be really cool to do, like a vintage recipe like that. Like, I've always wanted to go into, like, say, a secondhand store and find a cookbook, say, from like the early, you know, 20s, 30s or something, and try like, some older recipes or something just to see what the heck they were like. Yes, they were expensive. I know it was expensive because Ronnie's dad bought it for me. Um, he got it from a place in Hazelton called Grand Central, and it was huge. Susan, it was about this big. It had a brown wood look cabinet. It had a wire rack inside. You could put like four different components of a meal in it. It had the big touchpad here, big buttons and everything. Um, and my one cat had a litter of feral kittens. That her kittens were feral. They were terrible, and they actually shorted out the touchpad to that microwave. It was about 8 months old, and Ronnie's dad had to pay $150 to get a whole new touchpad put in on the microwave for me because it was still under warranty. Oh my God, he was so mad. But yeah, he back in the day probably paid like a good $500 for that damn thing. I mean, I had it for like 5, 6 years till it burned out basically. But yes, they were huge, they were heavy, and they were very, very expensive. Well, when the ceramic stoves first came out, he bought me a ceramic top stove, and he paid good money for that. And yeah, that was pricey too. Why is it dragon? Oh gosh, maybe the internet's dragging. Let me see here a minute. No, it seems to be fine. Yeah, seems to be okay. I don't know. That might be lagging a little bit. Oh, oh my goodness. Probably wasn't really a good time for me to actually come on and do this, but I have no voice at night. My throat feels like it's on fire, and I just can't do it at night. I could hardly talk. So I'd rather do it now when I have a voice than not be able to talk later and do it. Is it dragging or anything, Susan? Oh my goodness. I'm wondering if maybe my internet glitched. I don't know. I checked the strength. It seems to be fine. Might have been glitching. I don't know. I didn't see any circles spinning though. So I don't know. Well, hang on one sec. Let me close my door because Feisty left my room. Alrighty. Yeah, it might be the internet. I'm not seeing any glitchy though, so I don't know. Well, I guess in a few minutes, I can pick some winners here, huh? Oh, it's on your side. Oh, well, even down here, you know what? No place has perfect internet. It's just, I don't know. It's, I don't know what the problem is, but I don't think you can live anywhere that actually has good internet. Now, like here, the internet was fine when we had the rain from the tropical storm, from the hurricane and everything. Internet didn't skip a beat. But then 2 weeks later, we have a slight rainstorm and the internet's on, off, on, off, on, off. I'm like you didn't miss a beat during a really bad storm, but a little bit of rain and lightning and thunder and it kicks you on, off, on, off, on, off. It's like, oh my God. It's crazy. Well, Susan, since it's just me and you talking, I guess you get to witness who all the winners are today. Yay! So all right, so let's see. So first I'm gonna be picking the winner for the gorgeous blue bag, just to show everybody. So I'll be picking the winner for that one first. I have 10 people. In Fort Myers, Florida. I could not tell you. I genuinely do not know. I know my father's family is from Shepton, Pennsylvania, Pam. I'm actually going to be going on Ancestry soon and trying to find out a little bit about my father's side of the family and my mom's. Could possibly be, that one never knows. I wish I could say yes or no, but I genuinely don't know. My father's side of the family doesn't bother me. So, unfortunately, I really cannot confirm or deny. Alrighty, so let me type in 1 to 10. Hang on one sec here. Alrighty. So here is random number generator, 1 through 10 for the first bag. Picking a number. Let's see. What number do we... Okay, it's a TikTok ad. If I could close the TikTok ad. Well, close, you stupid ad. Sorry, I can't close the stupid TikTok ad on this phone. All right. Well, it drew number 2. So number 2 is Cindy Colston. Cindy Colston won the blue bag. Alrighty, so let me make a little note here because I have to take her name off of the other 2 lists now. Alrighty, so Cindy Colston, you won the first bag, the blue bag. And I'll be putting all this info up in the, a little better, Debbie, thank you. Sweating, it's very humid. That's why, like, my hair looks like I just took a shower. I have it, a clip in it. It's just humid and, Anywho, Debbie, Cindy was the first winner I picked for the blue bag. So here we go for number 2, which is that bone gray bag, which is really, really pretty too. I mean, they're all beautiful bags. Alrighty. So, let's see. So I have 7 for the second bag. 1 through 7. And we have number 4. And number 4 is Sheila W. Alrighty, so Sheila W., you won the second bag. And now on to the third and final bag, which is this pretty brown one, which has the matching little dust bag that matches the lining inside. All right, so for the third one, we have 1, 2, let me see. We have 9. And let's see who shall be the lucky winner. Number 5 is Joe Fay. Joe Fay, you won bag number 3. Alrighty, so to recap, guys, bag number 1, Cindy Colston was the winner. Bag number 2, Sheila W. was the winner. And bag number 3, Joe Fay was the winner. So I'm going to put a post up quick in the community tab. And so everybody can verify their address with me. I'm hoping to get them sent out Tuesday. Because Wednesday I would like to go do a food pantry, go to the food pantry. So I'm thinking Tuesday would probably be the best day for me to go, because I have to get some bubble wrap, and I'll have to figure out what size bags to use at the post office. I'm just going to go to the post office and let them help me figure out what bags to use and everything, rather than buy things and then have them not fit and everything. I'd rather just bring the box with me and just say to someone, okay, listen, I need to send these out to these ladies, yada, yada. I have this wrapped up with bubble wrap, but I need a big enough bag to put this in, so-and-so, yada, yada, and just do it that way. They're the pros at packages, so I'll let the post office deal with all that. I just don't want to buy bags or something and then have them not, be big enough or tear on me or something. So, yeah. Trying to log into YouTube on this phone, so I can put that up in the community tab. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Very odd looking to see your channel live on the phone. It just looks odd. Yeah, where's the community? Okay, And for whatever reason, that's not looking right on that phone. So I'm using my regular phone. For some reason on that phone, it just wasn't bringing up the community tab for me, and I don't know why. Now on this phone, it is. Alrighty, so putting the post up right now, guys. Let me see. I swear I hate cell phones. I'm also putting in the community tab, guys, to please message me at my Yahoo email address. Whatchamacallit, to verify addresses and everything for me. So I'm 100% sure I'm sending everything out to the correct address. Alrighty, and I just posted it in the community tab, guys. Well, Pam, my grandmother had family members buried in the Vine Street Cemetery. And for the life of me, I can't remember what their names were. When Ronnie and I did a video in the Vine Street Cemetery a couple of years ago, I wish I could remember what part of the cemetery they were buried in and what the names were. But it has been quite a while. But they were some distant cousins of my grandmother's. And Ronnie and I walked around in there for like 3 hours, and no names sort of like leapt out at me or kind of, gave me like, hey, that might be it. So I don't know. It could honestly, be a relative of mine in Florida, which is kind of interesting because I have a friend that lives down in Fort Myers, Florida. That would actually be interesting if I did have family, but well, I don't know how to say this politely. My father had a child with somebody up in Alaska. I don't know if he had the last name or if he had his mother's last name. My mother often said that he might have had kids with one or two of his old girlfriends years ago as well. So there could very well be other Sartoris floating around um, that I'm, unaware of. Could be older than me, could be younger than me. One never knows. So, yeah. I mean, my friend Megan was on Ancestry for a week with a free trial, and she found out so much stuff about her family. I said, well, I really would like to look into it with my father's side, but also my mom's. Because there's a lot about my grandmother's side of the family I don't know. Oh, I know about the bubble wrap. I did that in a pinch many years ago, Pam. I was waiting on a weatherization for a house I was renting, and there was a bad window in my bedroom. It was absolutely horrible. It was ready to fall out. And I remember I had that plastic stuff up and I had bubble wrap, and oh my God. Thankfully, like after the holidays, they came and put 2 new windows in my bedroom. Big difference. My bedroom felt 100 times warmer. Well, you know what, Susan? A couple of years ago, when my son and his wife were still together, they did some DNA testing thing. Something 21. I forget what the heck it was called, but they both sent in their DNA. And my son says to me, Mom, did you know there was Jewish people in your family? And I'm like, no. He said, yeah. And he was showing me the paperwork and everything he got back. And all this different, stuff about breaking down like different things. And I said, that's kind of interesting because my grandmother's uh, maiden name sounded like it was Jewish, but it wasn't Jewish. And she was taught how to read and write Hebrew when she was a little girl by neighbors of hers that just assumed, I guess, that her family was Jewish, and they weren't. But now my mom's cousin told me that their last name wasn't pronounced Rhoda, it was pronounced Rada, which is kind of odd because my grandmother always pronounced it Rhoda. And they spelled it with an H in it. So I don't know what to make of any of that. I genuinely don't know. Okay, now Pam, that's interesting that you mentioned Delano because my grandmother supposedly had some type of family members down there that had a small farm or something when she was a little girl. But again, I don't know. I only remember things I heard my grandmother and my aunt talking about and things. So I don't know because I never met any of them people. Most of them were long gone by the time I was born. I don't know. Genuinely don't know. But I am curious. And you know what? I think it would make an interesting topic to do on my channel, to share things I find and things I learn in the course of doing so, I don't know. Might be actually nice to find some relatives I didn't know about and, actually hear from them or touch base with them. Considering I don't hear, put it this way, Unknown family members not contacting you because they don't know about you is fine. It's sad when you have family members that don't contact you. You know what I'm saying? So maybe give some new family members a try because the current ones don't bother you. Oh, God, I shouldn't have said that. I would like to believe, though, and this is just my belief, that people make time for what's important to them. And if you can take 5 minutes to call someone or to text them, then they're not on your list of priorities. That's the way I see it. There was a friend of mine today bitching on Facebook. I miss important things about my family because everybody's tagging me in games and that on Facebook. And I said, no, don't blame the tagging of being in games. I said, game requests, no. They didn't message you. I said, because they figure you're working all the time, you wouldn't give a shit. I said that they moved to Germany. And because if they really wanted you to know they were moving to Germany, I said they would have messaged you and said, hey, girl, we're flying overseas to Germany. We're moving by. Audi. So, like, people complain that, people don't call them, people don't message them, but that works two ways. And one person shouldn't always have to be the one calling people, messaging them. And it's just that. I don't know. But for all the technology we have that's supposed to make us all closer, nope, we're more distant than we ever were. I was probably closer to my family before there were cell phones and friggin' the internet and everything else. Seriously. Yeah, and exactly, Susan. It's sad. It's really, really, it's sad. It's just the idea that, like, people are so wrapped up in themselves that they don't look outside of that little box to see what anybody else in the next circle bubble there is doing. They're only focused on this. And I mean, I guess everybody in a way nowadays is a little bit like that. But there does come a point where, I mean, at some point, you should maybe go on your family's Facebooks just to see what they're doing. Or text someone, say, hey, how are you doing? Like, whatever. I mean, I don't know. I have a child that I haven't heard from in 2.5 years. And so, I do wonder. I worry about him at times. But from what his father is trying to keep tabs on him out of town and everything, said that for the moment, he's okay. And then my oldest son works a lot. So I don't hear from him as much as I should, as I would like to. But again, he works sometimes 60 hours a week. So, I mean, end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. He's got to work, and that's a problem with a lot of people. They spend so much time working, they're not living. I don't know. The world is crazy, guys. The world is crazy. Well, I don't want to actually cut this short, but I'm going to be going outside for some air. It is just stifling here in my room, definitely. So I definitely want to get some air. But thank you, Susan and Debbie, Pam, for popping on. And once again, just to recap quick, the first handbags winner was, oh my gosh, what did I do with the paper? was Cindy Colston. And the second bag winner was Sheila W. And the third bag winner was Joe Bay. That's all up in the community tab, along with my email address, my Yahoo email. So, guys, if you watch this video later on or check the community tab, please verify your address in my Yahoo email. And when I do get them sent out, I will post tracking numbers with names in the community tab. Alrighty, guys. I definitely need to get outside, have some fresh air. Take care, everyone. Yeah, I'm dying in here. I feel like I'm drowning in sweat. Have a great evening, guys. And I'll be seeing you all this week. I'll be getting back into doing videos again. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. Take care, guys. Love you.